We're here at the NearFest HAMFest at Deerfield. We've had 2 beautiful days of weather, and I'm going to be talking to a number of very interesting people, a couple of the leadership members of NearFest here, Tim, WA1HLR, and Carl, WA1ZCQ, I believe it's called. If I'm wrong, I'll correct it later. So I think you're going to find it very interesting to hear how some of the people really think about ham radio, about NearFest, and about Deerfield. It's been a wonderful 2 days in many ways. In some ways, we haven't found a lot of good things to buy, and in some people have. I know my friend Don has found an awful lot of good things to buy. Thank you.
Yeah, go up the final. Top of the morning to you.
Okay, we're talking to Jason. Your call is
WA1NH.
Have you ever watched any of my videos? And you hadn't. In order to see if you watched them, you have to tell me what they were about.
Well, the first one that I saw was about the guys that get on the air and say this is so and so for ID and all of these things, and just the things that people say, and that they're totally out of whack with what the old amateur practices were.
What was your reaction to them?
I laughed. It just had me in stitches. I had to actually pause the video and go to the bathroom.
How long have you been coming to Deerfield?
Roughly 13 years.
And you're here to sell? You have a...
No, I'm here to just have a good time.
Okay.
Look at this. Now, look at, I am just a babe magnet here.
God have mercy.
But I'm going to have to fight this guy off over here. I want this one. How you doing?
Fine. I was wondering if you were going to make it.
Good to see you. He came all the way up from Strasburg, Pennsylvania. And by the way, we are part of what is known as...
It's not Strasburg. Strasburg.
We are part of the MOSFET Mafia. In other words, we build Class E transmitters.
So what do you think of what do you think of Deerfield?
Oh, I've been coming to it since, well, the first one back when it was in Seabrook in the very early 70s. So, I mean, it's nice to be back at Deerfield. I like it.
How's the size of this one compared to...
I don't know. I just got here.
Oh, you just got here?
Just walked in.
Okay.
Normally I set up a special event station, but not this year.
Any commentary on the typical ham?
It's as eclectic as the population.
My name's Jason, unless the government changed it on me this morning.
And what are you on? What is this thing?
Segway.
Yeah, Segway. And why do you take it to Deerfield?
Mobility. 4.5 years ago, I broke left fib in 10 places, and back in the spring, I herniated 2 discs in my back.
So this gets you around pretty easily. How long did it take you to learn how to drive one of these things?
A few minutes.
That's all? Wow. And what do they go for? What's the price on these?
2 years ago, I bought this used for $2,500.
And it's probably been well worth it getting around. And you're above everybody else, because I say I'm panning up. I have another fellow here.
Especially with my heel going. Yep.
Now, did you break anything?
No. This is for fun.
Oh, it's for fun.
For fun and mobility, utility.
But you're not getting any exercise.
I beg to differ with you on that.
Tell me why.
Well, you burn more calories on this than you do sitting down in a car.
Okay.
I think he's comparing it to walking around.
I am comparing it to walking around. How fast can you go?
These both will do a maximum of 12.5 miles an hour.
Not true. I had somebody get this up to 14 point something in a peak, like a shot like that.
Peak.
You ever taken on a public road?
Yes.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Okay. What's the furthest you've ever gone with one?
I've gone close to 20 miles on it on a charge.
Control this. Show me how you control it.
Leaning.
Okay, so lean back.
If you want to, it does the walking and balancing for you.
Okay.
If you want to walk, if you want to walk backwards, you lean back.
Okay.
Stop, you lean forward.
So if you want to come,
you lean forward. If you want to stop, you lean back.
And how do you control the speed?
How far you lean into it.
Oh, it's how far. All right, so you're leaning into it very gently now. Okay, and then, okay.
Well, you know what? Ham radio operators are great. It's something I've done since I was a kid. There's all different types, just like we have different types of people in the world. We've got engineers, we've got sanitation engineers too, but every once in a while I'll get into a conversation with somebody and I'll have a 2-3 hour conversation on HF and I really enjoy it. And I'll tell the gentleman, I'll say, you made my day. And then you get the wham bang, thank you ma'ams, 5-9, see you later. You know those guys.
Right.
And I don't enjoy that as much, but everybody has a right to their own opinion. These guys don't have much to say. The worst part of ham radio is all the new people coming in that don't form the standard mold to ham radio operators. That's the worst part. The best part, I just told you, is the same answer. It's the new people coming in because you know what? They're going to follow your and my legacy as we're gone. They're going to take it over. So at the same time, it's a dilemma because they're coming in not doing what you and I are used to, but they're also, as we move out of the picture, they're going to be taking it over. And we do have to have somebody leave. We have to leave a legacy and we have to leave it behind. So it's the best and the worst. It's kind of a dilemma.
You've seen some of my videos. What am I right on and what am I wrong on?
You're right on everything. You're right on everything. I see eye to eye with you. Matter of fact, some of the guys walking around here were saying, you got to meet Bert. And I said, I've seen him around before. I just haven't had time to bump into you. But they said, this guy, he's preaching what you're preaching. I said, no, I don't think so. I think that Bert is preaching what I'm preaching. I'm not preaching what he's preaching. So, are we the choir? I don't think so. Are we the preachers? Perhaps we are. I don't know.
Jeff Eldridge.
Okay, I'm talking to Jeff about QSL cards. Now, Jeff doesn't want to be on camera, but I thought he was ripping people off because he has these QSL cards, 2 for $1, and I couldn't understand why. Can you show me why? Why these what's interesting about these QSL cards?
Well, some of them are location, where they came from, like Antarctica, a lot of the islands in the South Pacific that are small. Those are valuable. Some of these that are early, like 1930s, 1940s. Sometimes people collect just like one type of a call sign from one district or whatever they call them, regions.
Where did you get all of these QSL cards?
It was one collection from a guy up in Maine, W1BFA. His name was Ernie. I can't remember his last name right now. And he had recently passed away and his son was selling all of his ham stuff. And this is some of the stuff we bought there that day.
What's in the envelopes over here?
These?
Yes.
Well, this is like Jamaica. These are some early other country ones. This is Jamaica. This is 1930s from England. All those are different ones.
The 1930s. Some of these are as old as the 1930s.
Right. That's about when I started. Late 20, early 30s. That's New Zealand. That was us. There's Australia. So some people will collect by countries. This is Cuba.
That's September 10th. Is it
1938?
Yeah, 1938. Okay.
Now some people collect just the ones that show the rigs.
Okay.
These would be cards that somebody sent out that shows their rig.
All right.
Or their shack. So different people collect them for different reasons.
What did you call?
W1 UPS.
And your first name?
Gabe.
And you're selling here
I'm
today.
selling some ham gear and some odds and ends.
How long have you been a ham radio operator?
At least 12 years.
What kind of changes have you seen in the flea markets over the last? How many over the last?
The interest of people going more into computers.
So do you see less? How about?
There's less people doing this now, because of the computers and the internet.
Is it harder to make a sale, or do you the?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It was much easier before to sell stuff.